Good morning, boys and girls. I hope you had a good first day of this remote learning on the computer. I know this is going to be challenging for you, and I've been listening to some of the things that your parents have been saying and listening to some of the questions that you had yesterday, and I want to talk about a few things with you before we go over what the slides are today. I know that this is going to be a little bit of a challenge for you, and I know that this is going to be hard. This is a time where we really have to think and ask ourselves, are we being a bubblegum brain or are we being a blockhead? It's okay if it's hard, but you have to be willing to unwrap your brain so it can grow and stretch and become a bubblegum brain. Your moms and dads are probably sitting by you, helping you learn how to do this, but we need to work on you becoming independent on this. They can't do the work for you. We want to see what you know just by yourself, not what you and your mom or dad or brother or sister or grandma or grandpa know. It's okay to ask them questions. It's okay to have them help you figure things out, but you do have to be doing the work on your own. If you need to spell a word, sound it out just like you would have done if you were still coming to the classroom every day. Get your fingers out and tap the word out. Put your roller coaster up and stretch it out. Use the rubber band if that works better for you to stretch it out. It's okay if words aren't spelled exactly correct. I want you to just think about what you know about the letterland characters and the sounds that letters make and do your very best to spell the words. It's okay. Some of you might be having some trouble getting the work done on Seesaw in the actual activity that we've been giving you. So if you have a problem, like today or yesterday, you were supposed to do the word sort. If you were having a hard time getting the word sort done on the app on the activity that Miss Baylor gave you, it's okay for you to go find any piece of paper that you might have and write the word sort out on the paper. You can just take a picture of whatever you put on your paper and put that into Seesaw. I will count that. It's okay. All right, let's go over it. Today is Tuesday, April 14th, 2020. Just like yesterday, you have some time in the morning to get yourself ready. You can get out your materials, get a computer up, make sure it's plugged in or fully charged. Same for your tablet. If you want to do some work with paper and pencil, go ahead and get that ready. Use the bathroom. Make sure you wash your hands when you're done. You can come right here and go to the color section and free color if you want, just to kind of get your brain woken up, or you can go into a brain break if you like. You can also go outside and run around your yard or take a quick little walk, play with a brother or sister, anything that you want to do just to get yourself awake and ready to learn. The next slide is a brain break that we've picked out for you. You can do that if you want, but you don't have to. All right, right here it says morning meeting. We are not coming onto the link and having a live morning meeting like we did on Monday. You are going to come over and click on my picture, and that's where you're going to see this video. On Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Friday, you're just going to click on here and see a message from me. Mondays and Wednesdays are when we're going to have our morning meeting where we all get to come together. All right, after all of this is done, then you can go ahead and start the morning meeting at home. You can still do an elbow bump with mom, dad, brother, sister, stuffed animals, your dog or cat. I want you to go ahead and still share. Think of something good that's happened and tell your mom and dad or grandma or grandpa or brother or sister, a good thing that happened to me was. And then we can go ahead and read the news, which is on the next slide. And then there's a morning activity that you get to do. Okay, here we go. Tuesday message. Good morning, friends. Happy Tuesday. We hope your first day of online learning went well. Today we will be doing math, social studies, and PE. Remember, if you have any questions, you can log on to your teacher's office hours this afternoon. Have a wonderful day. Love, your first grade teachers. Now we're going to quickly look at the calendar. Here we are. The blue circle tells us that today is Tuesday, April 14th. And then the next slide is a check-in activity right here. So click on the lesson. There's a video from Miss Suffrage talking to you about feelings again today because it's really important to be able to identify your feelings and name those feelings and talk about them if you need to. And then you're going to log into your Seesaw account and you're going to do this activity where you're going to tell me how you're feeling today and give me the reason why you're feeling that. Like, I would say I am feeling happy because Lucy went to the doctor yesterday and he said she's very healthy for being an old lady. Made me happy to know that she's still doing really good. If you can't figure out how to work the Seesaw activity when you go in there, it's okay for you to get a piece of paper, draw a picture that shows your face, how you're feeling, and then fill in the sentence starters. I am feeling blank because, and then take a picture of that and upload it to your Seesaw account. All right, the next slide we'll have Miss Hess today, and she's going to be teaching you a math lesson. Your goal today is to make a 10 from a group of ones. Under the lesson section, she has a video where she's going to remind you how we make a 10. You can watch this video as many times as you want. If you want, and you have Cheerios, or you have Goldfish crackers, or chocolate chips, or pennies, any little small thing, if you want to get a bunch of them and use them as manipulatives to help you do what Miss Hess is doing on the slide, I would go ahead and suggest doing that. That's a great way to help you practice. Then you're going to go into the activity. The activity, it says illustrate the teen number with circles or dots, and then circle to show your group of 10. Again, if you have problems actually doing it in Seesaw on this activity, you can copy these numbers down on any piece of paper, draw your dots, show that you know how to make a group of 10 with some ones left over, take a picture of it, and upload it to Seesaw. That's perfectly okay. The last box here is Dreambox. You should be spending about 15 to 20 minutes on Dreambox. This is going to let you practice the skills that you've already learned, and then as you show mastery, it will move you into some new stuff. Remember, to get into Dreambox, you need to go in through your Wake ID portal. And at the very end of these slideshows, there is a tutorial video that Miss Geese made to show you how to get in. All right, next slide after that is daily 5. You get to do one rotation. So you're either going to do read to self, and you can read any book that you have in your house. You can go into Pebble Go. You can go into Raz Kids. You can go on to Epic Books or any other online resource that you might find for books. Or you can go to Listen to Reading. That's, again, Pebble Go would be a good spot for that, or Raz Kids would be a good spot for that. Or you can read to someone. Read to someone means your mom or your dad if they have time. But remember, they also have things that they need to do. So this might be a time where you need to go be independent and give them a little bit of time to work on the things that they need to. You can read to a stuffed animal. You can read to your pet. You can read to a little brother or sister. You can pretend you're sitting next to me and read to me. It doesn't really matter. So you just have to choose one of these and do it for at least 15 minutes. Then you're going to come into the social studies lesson today. And our goal today is to explain how supply and demand affect what people buy. I'm going to read you a book from Epic Books. We're going to talk about what supply and demand is and some few other things in that book. I'm going to be asking you again to think about what business you might want to open, because you might get an idea from this book to start thinking about that, because tomorrow we're going to start the business plan. And then you can go over once this is done. And again, you can listen to me read as many times as you want. I am fine with you counting this as your listen to read time from the previous slide for daily 5. You can listen to me as many times as you want and count that as your listening to reading. Then you're going to go into Seesaw and do this activity. And you're just going to decide. You're going to read up here. It's going to tell you something. And you're going to decide, is it a producer or is it a consumer? And again, if you can't do it in Seesaw on that form, get a piece of paper. You can copy all of that stuff down, take a picture of it, and then put it into Seesaw. I will still count it. All right, and then you have PE today with Coach Ramel. So right here, he has his lesson where you'll get to see Coach Ramel, I do believe, and you'll get to hear from him, and he'll show you what he wants you to do. And then you're going to click over here, and he has an activity for you to do. After that, it should be about lunchtime. So you got to clean up. Don't leave a mess for your mom or dad. Remember, we're being responsible and we are taking care of ourselves and helping to keep the house nice and neat. You can use the bathroom anytime you want during the slides, and then you can go eat when it's time for your family to eat lunch. When you're done with that at 1 o'clock, from 1 to 1:45, you can click on my picture and it will take you to the Google Hangout where you can ask a question. Make sure you know exactly what you want to ask me. We can talk through it. And then as soon as you're done with your question, you can click the X from that tab and close out. At 1:45 to 2 o'clock, your parents can come to this slide, or before that, they can click on my picture and they can fill out a question to let me survey to let me know what their question is. And then at 1:45, they can click on my picture and we can talk about what questions they have. And then one of the last slides here is just your Tuesday assignment checklist. Did you do everything from morning meeting? Watch Miss Suffrage's video and then do the activity. If you did, you're done with morning meeting. Then you're going to look at math. Did you watch Mrs. Hess's video? Did you do the activity showing you know how to make a group of 10 with some ones left over? And did you go to Dreambox? And if you've done those, then check, you're finished with that. Come down to the daily 5 rotation. Did you read to self for 15 minutes or listen to someone read for 15 minutes or read to someone for 15 minutes? If you've done, check, you're done. And then you're going to come up to social studies. Did you listen to my read aloud about producers and consumers and supply and demand? And did you do the seesaw activity where you're telling me whether it's a producer or the activity is of being a producer or a consumer? And then the last thing is MITs. Did you listen to Coach Ramel's lesson? Did you complete the activity? I want to remind you, if you want to start with PE in the morning, you can start with PE. Then you can do morning meeting. And then you can go do social studies. And then you can do math. And then you can save reading for the end of the day. It does not matter which order you do these things, so long as you get them all done. And if you don't finish it today, that's okay. You have Friday to catch up on any work you didn't get done. These last slides here in purple, this first box right up here, hopefully you can see my mouse moving around. That's a tutorial that Miss Geese made to show you how to get into Wake ID if you're still needing help with that. Maybe if you have some extra time today, practice getting to some of these all by yourself so mommy and daddy can set you at your computer and you can just get to work all by yourself. Over here in the top right-hand corner is a video how to get into Seesaw. Right down here in the bottom left is a video about how to find things in your Google Drive, how to log into it and find your slides. And then this video here is a video of how to get into Dreambox. You really do need to go in through the Wake ID portal. That's going to show me, this is the only way I can see what you've been doing. And then on the last slide, there are just 3 quick little videos. Again, how to use the Letterland app, Miss Ballard explaining our schedule to your parents, and then how to log into Epic Books. After that, you are all done, and I hope you get to do something fun. I hope you're being helpful to your parents by listening to them and following their directions and being kind. I hope you are working on trying to really be independent and learn how to do this on your own, because moms and dads have lots of other things that they're responsible for. And this is a good time for you to be busy and engaged in something really important and give them some time to go do some of the things that they need to do. If your parents have any questions, have them, like something happens with one of the slides or a lesson and you're just not sure, have your parents send a text and I will be happy to respond as soon as I can. I miss you. I will see you tomorrow morning for morning meeting. Have a good day, turkeys. Love you.